Good evening, all. Welcome to Saturday night, not Friday night. Saturday night social. I nearly said Friday night social. Saturday night social. Yes, it was New Year's Day, so we thought we'd skip a day and do it on Friday. Give you guys some time with your loved ones. And can I just say a big happy new year to each and every one of you, and a big thank you for all the nice messages, tweets, and everything else that you've sent us over the last couple of days. It's been really nice engaging with you lot, and we've got some reprobates with us. I'm just going to get in and say some hellos. I might keep one of them completely down there forever because he's got a face like a moose. Anyway, 2-1 City. Come on, City. He's laughing in the background. Hello, Sean. Hello, Doopy. How are you, mate? Happy New Year to you. Queen versus King. Torres has 3 Premier League goals this season. Completed their most dribbles out of any City player. Good evening, Blues. Hope everyone is doing well. We are, Charlie. Hope you're good, mate. Adam Quinn. Hi, Martin and Chris. No Chris tonight. He's having a little bit of family time this evening. You might see him in the comments though at some point doing a bit of moderating for us. Evening all. Hello, Kurt. Happy New Year, mate. Catch you all at 10 p.m. Congrats. Yeah. Charlie, well done on the quiz, mate. Mike Perry. Happy New Year, guys. You too. It's Martin on tonight. The KK news about to start. Nope, no KK news. But yeah, my favourite time of year, the January sales are open. Alan will be messy. It's my dog's birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday to your dog. Happy New Year to everyone. I'm going to get into your starting lineup as soon as we go along, buddy boy. Don't worry. Evening, mate. Looking good as per. Thank you very much, mate. I do try. But trust me, there's not enough makeup, gel, or anything. Not that I wear makeup. Whoa, let's backtrack on that. I don't wear makeup. He's laughing in the background because I've just absolutely got that up. I do not wear makeup. Martin, please happy birthday to my beautiful sister, Pamela. Happy birthday to your beautiful sister, Pamela. Right, let's bring the guys in because I've had enough. Good happy birthday, Pamela. There you go, mate. Pardo Oaks, evening, mate. And Andy Mills, hello. Happy New Year to you guys. I'm going to bring in the first one. You all know him. He's a superstar, the one, the only. Wearing a rather brand new top that he's going to show off, no doubt. Hello, buddy. How are you?
Happy New Year. How are you doing?
Happy New Year. What's that shirt you're wearing? Looks like a right load of crap.
Well, it's a nice Christmas present from Sir Alan himself from Melbourne. This is the Melbourne City away kit. So he sent this over to me. It's a nice black and red colour. So I just thought I'd show it off tonight, and it's a good little top. Yeah. So happy New Year to everybody in the comments, and let's have a good evening.
Oh, stand up, give us a twirl.
I'm not giving you a twirl. There you go.
What's the back look like?
Nothing. There's nothing on it.
Oh, is it black? Is it red? Bloody hell. It's our job, this. Did he get the right size, though? That's what matters.
Yeah, of course I did. It's gonna be a bit of a long way back to get a better size, hey?
Yeah. And we're going to bring in someone else. We're going to have a little bit of an Australian feeling to the proceedings this evening. We're going to bring in, there he goes, Silver.
That's better. That was good.
Ross, the other way was better, mate. Switch round. There we go. That's better. No, it's
I thought
again. 12 round. Come on.
I thought I'd pivot into the show tonight.
That was very good. Pivot. Good lad.
Pivot. So we've got Tom giving us a 12. Ross is pivoting.
Yeah. I think Happy New Year, everyone.
Our next guest will be rolling. Trust me. Let's bring him in. I don't know why we put up with him. I really don't, but here he is. Evening.
Happy New Year, everyone. How are you doing?
Don't call him a legend. Leonard, stop calling him a legend. God.
Oh, God. How do Ross? Well, Ross is a neighbour, isn't he, really? So there we go.
Yeah, you can't have a go at Ross. He'll come round and give you a slap.
He will. Exactly.
I feel like I'm on with the two Ronnies. Never mind City Social.
No. It's father and son.
Two Ronnie.
Hey, is that what your dad got you for Christmas, Tom? Oh, yeah. Dad, you. You're a lovely dad, you, Alan, down there, getting yours. You're a bit of a tight one, though, only getting him a shirt. Bloody hell, mate. I know times are hard, but come on.
He goes to gym every day like me, though. So, that's another thing that
He goes to the gym. Don't believe that BS, Tom. Whoa, don't believe that.
Just bicep.
Don't believe he goes to a gym. No chance. Hello, Alan. Oh, the love thing. All the best blues. You too, Alec. What's happened to the Anorak man? Hey, the Anorak man on Martin's bed. Listen. Yeah, actually, I should have put me on. You want me to put him on?
We've got the Ballon
d'Or. d'Or. That's the Ballon d'Or.
Oh, that's why.
No, put it back. What was the Ballon d'Or?
Happy New Year, Alan the legend. Oh, God, don't. You'll make him feel like he's... Hi, Alan and Ross.
Boys, we are.
You'll have to speak up from your submarine, mate. I don't know what you said.
Yeah, mate. Are you in Tasmania or are you under the sea?
I'm in Tasmania and I'm under the sea at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I know you're in Tasmania tonight, Alan, so give me 6.
No comment, eh?
No comment.
We're not going down that road. Carl, thank you so much for the super chat, buddy. Happy New Year to you as well in Washington. Let's have a positive show today. Can't get Alan on. Anyway, right. Let's get into it. A game that we didn't actually think we were going to play. We're playing. Chelsea away. I'd say pick your team, but kind of don't know what's happening at the minute. This might be, have a guess, throw darts at a dartboard and see what name pops out at this point. Obviously, what I'm going to do what we normally do. Get your initial thoughts on the game, and then we'll go into form, what we think, all this sort of good stuff. So, Tom, your initial thoughts, Chelsea away. We've had a break, unintentionally. So we've put a little bit of fuel in the tank. What are your initial thoughts on going to Stamford Bridge tomorrow afternoon?
Well, Stamford Bridge is always quite a tough game for us as a club. It's either a win or a win for us or a defeat. It's never really a draw at Stamford Bridge, so it either goes one way or the other. Very good for us or very badly. I think over the past few days we've been in the press quite strongly and criticised, which I think is quite unfair. Just get that bit out of the way. But yeah, I think that we can have a chance to show that the rest did help us, unintentional rest. And hopefully we can get 3 points down there. We're obviously going down to a Chelsea side who aren't in the best of forms. They've just come off the back of a defeat to Arsenal. Losing to Arsenal these days is like losing to Sheffield Wednesday. No offence to Sheffield Wednesday. But yeah, it's one of them. I think we can go down there and get some points. Obviously, there is a little bit of disruption. We can't, hide that. We're not going to have our first choice keeper. We're not going to have our first choice right back. We're not going to have one of our strikers who's probably the fittest striker we have, But that doesn't retract from how good our squad is without those players. I think we've proven that in certain competitions this season. The players that would be replacing him, or fingers crossed be replacing him, i.e. Cancelo and Stefan as the right back and the goalkeeper, are two very good players. Non-biased opinion, two very, very good players. One in particular amazing. Who can come in and do a job for us, and that's all we sort of want to look at and sort of achieve. Is hopefully we can go down there, play our football, and just show that we can play our football away from home and sort of keep this form before the little blip in the season happened.
Ross, your initial thoughts on tomorrow's game?
Yeah, really excited to see Scott Carson starting in goal. I think that's going to be an interesting one. I think Richie, yeah, it's one of them, innit? If this is perfect, just on that before we go into it, how good would it have been if this would have happened and we still had Richard Wright and we could have played him? Would have been amazing. Anyway, just every cloud. But no, guys, I actually think we're going to do well. And for me, I'm not that bothered that we've got we say 3 starters. If you take Ederson out of that, Pep messes about with the team that much that Walker might not have even started anyway.
No.
And Jesus might not have even started. So I don't think that's a massive thing. My more worry is, are any of the other players, are they carrying it? Are they effective? Are they asymptomatic? And is that going to affect performance levels? But from a point of view of the squad, we've got a decent, as Tom said, we've got a decent enough keeper to come in. Yes, he's not played in the Premier League really, but everyone's got to start somewhere. You've got Cancelo who can play right back. Tommy Doyle wouldn't play anyway. And Jesus, Aguero's fit. Torres has been scoring some goals. So for me, I think we've still got a good enough team to go and win the game. And it's about time we put some good performances together, and maybe we'll start clicking in, because the results while we've had this break have really gone for us. And I think if we can get a convincing win tomorrow, it's going to be a bit of a stamp for us. So I think, I'm pretty looking forward to it. And I know Alan will definitely be. Alan and I know a few Chelsea fans over here, so we've got a double bubble with it. We hope we smash them so we can wind them up a bit.
Alan, what are your initial thoughts on the game then?
I think there's big pressure on us now because we've not played and missed that game, and the results have gone for us. There's a lot more pressure on us now to produce against Chelsea. We really have to start showing our mettle in the next 6 league games and push ourselves right up there in the top 2 if we can. Because I do think our game against Chelsea tomorrow for us is a must-win game for us. If we set a marker and beat Chelsea, it sends a message to the rest of them. But if we lose it, we could be in danger of falling right behind, I'll be honest with you. So we've got to win. And, all right, we've got COVID players, but a lot of them will be rotated anyway. So it shouldn't make too much of a difference, to be honest with you.
True. I mean, what I'll tell you now, lads, just had a look. Chelsea's results, the last 5. You got beat by Everton, beat by Wolves, you beat West Ham 3-0. You then got beat by, which are looking like a little bit of a resurgent Arsenal, 3-1. Then they drew on Monday with Aston Villa 1 each. So Chelsea are not in good form. I'm going to be honest, I had Chelsea down as my title winners at the start of the season. I did think they'd bought very well in the summer. Ziyech was already in, which we knew. He was in probably about 6 months ago. It was all done dusted. Tino Werner they knew about. But I thought Kai Havertz and Chilwell were the game changers for them. But it doesn't seem to be gelling for them a lot at the moment. It doesn't seem something's not clicking. And old Lamps is under a little bit of pressure there now. I want to say big thanks to Jan, who did the Yannick, who did the Chelsea football therapy, go over and have a look. Andy did send in his team, and he also gave us a really good shout out. So thank you, Yannick, for that over at football therapy. Guys, go over and give that a watch. Big Chelsea fan. But he said himself, Lampard's under pressure. Lampard is really under pressure, and we're rolling into town fresh as daisies. We're saying we're fresh as daisies. How long is what's happened over the last week going to affect us, Tom? They've not been able to get proper training under our belts. They've had this worry. Is it going to affect us, or are you thinking the rest is going to have done us a favour, especially for the likes of Kevin, who we all could see needed a bloody breather?
Yeah, it's one of them, innit? They're athletes, and I imagine that they will have been given a plan whilst the training ground was shut. So I don't think they've necessarily lost any fitness in it as such. And I think the rest, like you've just said, Martin, was needed for squad. You know, Kevin looked knackered, and you know, maybe a week off's come at a good time for us because you know we've obviously got this game, and then they've got the Rags midweek as well. So 2 very important games for us, and maybe that little rest has just come at a perfect time. Obviously unintentional, but at the time that it's come at a decent time. But I can't see how well it could have affected him because there was all sorts of different things being thrown around in the press, blaming certain players for certain reasons why COVID's been spread again. From Everton fans claiming Kyle Walker had a party or something like that, making false accusations to, you know, a lot of people saying that we should have just played the game anyway, even though and from Everton's statement as well. So I guess it could have affected him if it was a closer sort of time, but they've had, you know, near enough a week to sort of understand and get grips, and they've been back in training a few days. So it's not like we've just been, you know, sort of chucked back in at the deep end. You know, they've had a few days to prepare, as many days as they usually have to prepare after maybe an international break or something like that, or, you know, if there's been a midweek game, you know. So I don't think it'll affect them too much because they are professionals and they're a good set of players. So I'm hoping it's not going to affect them too much.
Yeah. Your dad, Tom,
Here he
said,
is.
bury memories. You've got to win to bury the memories of the defeat, yeah. Alan, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Has it come at the right time with this little bit of rest, or, you know, while they've got the game on their Xbox or whatever they've done?
I don't think it's going to do them any harm to have a few days off and put the feet up and watch TV, to be honest with you. You know, you could see 1 or 2 of the players that they were tired, and you could see it. Kevin De Bruyne, he looked tired. But I don't think it's going to do anyone any harm. They've been back in training 2 or 3 days now. You know, Pep will get them organised and get them training properly. I can't see that being a problem. You know, my only concern is if 1 or 2 of them have got COVID, it's not been picked up yet. That's my only concern. You know, it's quite serious in the UK now with the amount of cases and deaths per day, and it's not a good situation, is it? Let's be honest. And going to London, where's the epicentre of it all, is also risky as well, isn't it? So there you go.
50,000 new cases today, and the majority of the country are now in tier 4. So, yeah, fun and games.
Yeah.
I'm just going to bring up. Carl made a comment earlier of it's not a must-win game, which is causing a few little eruptions in the old comments. Rob, I'll go down the table before we get into that because I think it's a good point Carl brings up. Is it a must-win or is it not a must-win? Ross, do you think not being able to train for the last couple of we've trained, I think, the last couple of days, but since Monday we've had a few days off. Do you think it's done us good? Got some energy back in the legs, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, it depends what school of thought you're from, isn't it? You know, there's 50% of footballers and people involved in the game who say there's nothing better than just playing games. Yeah. And then there's the others at the moment who say the players need rest. As I think Tom said about them being athletes, they're so finely tuned now that it's probably sometimes why they get so many injuries, because that little tweak is just, it can be anything now, whereas back in the day, they probably just play through it and make it 10 times worse. But I don't think it's that much of a difference, because I reckon, without us all knowing, I think clubs are actually giving players more of a rest during this anyway, which is why you're seeing such an open league this season, because I don't think the performance levels and the standard this year is as high. And I think there's quite a lot of reasons for that. Obviously, the COVID thing, but I think they're actually scared as well. So they're probably asking players to not be around each other as much. So training sessions are probably shorter. They're probably telling them not to come in if they're traveling, maybe have a day away to make sure that they're okay. If you've had a test, maybe stay away. So I think everyone's in the same boat at the moment. We'll leave Carl's comment out, as you said, till later, and I'll give you my 2 pence on that later on. But I think the rest has probably helped us, especially with players like Kevin De Bruyne. But then we've got players in our squad who have been rested anyway because Pep's not been playing them. So I don't think it's a big deal for us.
Yeah. Right, well, let's get into this, because I think Carl brings up a really, really good point, personally. Are we in a must-win situation, or is it far too early for that sort of talk? Tom, where are you at?
We're in it's a must-win game. You know, if we want to keep up with these boys at the top, you know, you've got to win every game possible. You know, we didn't say, oh, it's Chelsea. You know, when we were Centurions, you know, every game counted to get 100 points. You know, every game counts in a game of football, in a season of football, and especially with the start we've had at the moment. You know, we've had a few blips. You know, a few draws here and there. You know, getting a few more wins and continuing this form that we've sort of hit is important. So I think it is a statement of, you know, intent if we go and win at Stamford Bridge tomorrow, and a statement of, you know, we're still in this title race. You know, we might be 8th, but, you know, we've still got 3 games in hand or whatever it is, and, you know, we're still going to fight for this title. You know, I think it is a must-win game just to sort of keep our status in the title race and not be sort of thrown out of it.
Alan, where are you at? Is that a must-win for you?
Yeah. It's a total must-win now. I think with United creeping up there now, joint top, excuse me, I just think that we need to put pressure on them. We haven't beat any of the top big 6 teams this season, and we need to. We need to start getting on a decent run and setting some standards. I don't think we've played anywhere near what we're capable of this season. And that's been shown in the performances, to be honest with you. Whether that's the system they're playing or the players they've got, I think it's a bit of both, to be honest with you, because he's changed the system, which I don't agree with. I think everyone understands what my point of view on that. But Pep's going to pick that system, so we have to live with it, unfortunately. But we have to win tomorrow. I don't care what Carl says, we've got to win tomorrow.
Ross, where are you at on this? Is that a must-win?
Yeah, the reason this is a must-win game is that we didn't win in the derby. It's as simple as that for me. So that now is going to. I'm worried that game could actually come back and haunt us. We should have won that game. We should have gone for it. So that means now, if you want to win any league, regardless of what's going on, every game's a must-win. You can't pick and choose when you're going to win and count on others. We've actually been let back into this now, but we're only been let back into it if we win all our games.
Correct.
It's in our hands again now, but we've got to win all our games. Now, will we win all our games? No, we will probably drop points, but you can't go into games saying it's not a must-win. Every game's a must-win if you want to win the league.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. So, of course, not Carl, but we'll be losing 5 points. It's a must-win in terms that we need to win against teams above us in league to get us back. It's a big opportunity to gain some good points, but it's not a win. It's not a must-win in my opinion. I think this must-win opinion, from what I gather, I think that's because we've got a bad record against top 6 at the moment. We are relying a lot. Oh, Ross just disappeared there. We're relying a lot on games in hand, which we're sat there going, well, we'll be second but then there's that if we win our games in hand. What I don't want to do is I don't want to be in a scenario where we have to win 14 on the bounce like we had 2 years ago. Yeah, I don't want to get into that situation where we have to go on a 14-game winning streak. That's my worry on that. Tom?
Yeah, I agree with that, Martin. We can't. We of this sort of season as it is now, with how many games we have to play in a short space of time, we can't afford to be doing that. Which is why every game needs to not be taken for granted. And if we can push for the win, we need to, you know. And it's the big games that we need to win more. You know, we can sit back against teams such as, you know, Newcastle and Burnley and Fulham. But when you've got the big teams, the top 6, they're the guys who are going to be rivals for you the whole season, and that's when you need to win. And in seasons gone by, we have relied on those big 6 games to win us the titles. You know, look at when we beat Liverpool by a point. We didn't just sit back after they scored and went for the draw. We went for the win, and just so happens one of them wins is how we won the league. And you know, it's just little bits like that you know get you over the line. And like Ross did say, that draw against Man United could come back to haunt us. You know, it could do, and I hope it doesn't. But you know, we can't rely on this. Oh, we've got 3 games in hand, because if we win them games, it's fine. But if we don't win the games leading up to those games and the games, you know, after that, we still might be in the same position. You know, we can't just say, oh, we've got 3 games in hand, because it's all right us winning those 3 games in hand, but if we've lost 4 before that and we're 12 points behind top at league, they're irrelevant. So that's why every game counts.
Yeah, and if anyone watched Aston Villa the other night, they impressed me quite a lot.
Yeah.
They impressed me a lot. Aston Villa are not going to be a roll in the park. And as we've seen this season, we've not beaten top 6 teams. We've not beaten the bottom 6 teams this year. Never mind the top 6 teams.
No.
So I'm not. I wouldn't say it's a must-win situation. If we win there, could it be the catalyst to kick on our season? If you remember when we did the Centurions, that win away at Chelsea early on in the season, when De Bruyne scored, that was the catalyst that sent us on. If you watch the Amazon documentary, they say it themselves. That was the game, that was the pivotal key where they went, right, we can do something here, and we can do something special. And sometimes you need that kick up the arse to get going.
Yep.
And I think that's where City are at the minute. I think we need a little bit of a kick up the rear end to get going. We're sort of in 3rd gear. We're going into 4th gear. We need that kick in the rear end to go to 5th gear now and get going.
But Martin, do you think the system we're playing is conducive for us to go on a long run and start getting some wins together?
I don't think anyone will go on a long run this year.
Yeah. Well,
No,
forget anybody else. Let's forget about. I ask you the question: do you think our system we're playing currently will give us the capability of going on decent runs and scoring goals? Because I don't.
Scoring goals is a separate issue, because I don't think it's the tactics and not stopping us scoring goals at the minute. We're still creating chances. The issue at the minute is we can't put the ball in the net. The system is dictated to not concede.
Yeah.
That system is not there to go, for me anyway, in my opinion, it's not there to go on and score 4 or 5 goals. Is that capable? Of course it is, because we played the 2 against Burnley and stuck 5 past them.
Yeah.
So of course it is. What we've got to figure out is we've got to figure out a way of getting Aguero firing again, or getting Gabby firing again, or getting Sterling firing again. We need something. If you remember Sean Goater, he went off his arse, his ankle, his fingernail, the end of his little toe, his right toe, didn't have a clue where the ball was going. And there's an old saying in football for a striker: sometimes you just need to go in off anything, and then you're away again. You're absolutely away. It's a funny, strikers are a funny thing. I remember, I'm going back years now. Robert Taylor for Gillingham was a goal scoring machine. Came to cutting out a cow's ass with the banjo. The same with Lee Bradley, was scoring 30 goals a season for Portsmouth. Walked into the City team and couldn't do anything.
No.
So. No, I don't think the system stops us. I think it stops us going on a run. But I think that is also dictated to by the very weird season we're in. I think it's going on a run.
I think it's a mixture, though, Martin. If we signed a forward in January, I think we would go on a run.
We will get into that at some point. Stop jumping ahead, you.
You can't go on a run if you don't score goals and he doesn't play a forward. So Jesus is out tomorrow. Is Aguero going to start?
I would say Aguero has to start tomorrow.
So that's your saying he has, but will he? That's where I'm like.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen.
This whole false 9 and even Sterling, people are saying, well, if Sterling's not our centre forward.
No,
people just need to remember. Sterling's not our centre forward. We've got 3 forwards in the squad. One's got COVID, one's got no chance playing, he's only played in once, and one's not fully fit yet. That's the reality.
But do we play, if you look at the way we play a front 3 anyway. So that we don't play an out-and-out strike. That front 3 there to score goals. So Sterling should be scoring more goals than what he has.
No, even when we play a front three with Aguero, there's no way you cannot say that Aguero's our centre forward.
Oh, he is. He is, but I've said it before, we can't rely on Aguero anymore. Not because he's crap, just Aguero's in that funny stage now where, unfortunately, like everything, injuries, father time, things catch up. My worry is we're still relying on a very, very, very good striker from 2012. We're now in 2021 and we're relying on the same striker from 10 years ago. That's another issue. That's another issue.
Just to answer Andrew Quinn's question there, what sauces? I've been told it was HP sauce.
There you go. We're not signing it. All right. I am going to mention the Pep press conference from yesterday. I am not going to turn this into an Everton debate because that's done with. I'm not going down that road. It's done. I am sick through the back teeth of it. I'm not doing it anymore. It's caused enough issues. I'm not doing it anymore. But I will tell you what Pep said about the Chelsea game. So people, I can just remind everyone what has actually been said. So let me just get into it for you. He did talk about missing players. Said City have 5 players missing. Said it was 4 people, 2 players the first time, and then 3 more. I don't think the Premier League allow us to name the players, but you will know tomorrow. As of now, we still don't know unless someone's heard something, but I've not heard anything about anything coming out. We had enough players to play against Everton. We wanted to play, but on the day we couldn't do, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going into the Everton situation. They asked him about the Everton. They asked him about a circuit break. Was it time for a pause? And he said he'll follow what the Premier League says. They're doing an incredible job since the first lockdown, but it's unfortunate what happened with Newcastle. And then asked him about Chelsea prep at the training ground. You are less in touch. The players are not in the locker room anymore. They just train on the pitch. It is what it is. We have a good enough squad to go there and try and compete against a tough opponent in Chelsea. We are going there to play our game with enthusiasm and goodwill to try and do a good performance. And as we know, it wasn't an in-depth sort of thing. But what I found interesting, they're not inside. They are now literally just turning up in the training gate, walking out onto a pitch, training, going back home again. There is no mixing inside. So if there's any meetings that are happening, they're either going to be done via Zoom or they'll be done via stood in a circle like Tom and me and probably thousands of others done on a Sunday morning, the freezing cold, stood there getting a bollocking off your manager. That tends to how what a real team talk tends to be. They don't have all these lush leather seats and pointers and whiteboards and everything else that they all have now.
You score an own goal, you get chucked in the puddle on the side of the pitch.
You don't have a clue what they're missing. Some of these real footballers.
That's character building, isn't it? Man, that's character building.
Has anyone got anything that they found interesting from the press conference? I know, has everyone seen it, heard it, watched it? Yeah. Apart from Everton,
I think
going down the Everton.
I think there's a few comments there from people watching. They just frustrate me. The press conferences, the journalists just ask the same question in a different way to try and get a rise out of Pep. He never rises. I don't know why they don't just ask him about football and the game. They just want something for the paper. There's no part of it. There's no point. It doesn't say anything we've not heard before, and they don't ask anything that has not been asked before. They're quite frustrating, I think. So, I think he doesn't give anything away. He plays a straight bat, and that's it. So, fair play to him.
Pardo, why are we in denial that we need a striker? We're not in denial, Pardo. We just haven't got the money to buy one at the moment. Or they've said that a couple of weeks ago. With the situation, we're not in a situation to go out and buy a striker right now. That's where we're at. And exactly what everyone says, who is the available right now? And I'm not going down the bloody Danny Ings, Jamie Vardy situation again. I'm not doing it. Good. Pep said he was tempted to start Aguero against Everton. I'm waiting for Ross to throw me another name this week. Ross comes on and tell you a brand new striker name every week.
Diego Costa.
Well, we're getting into that in the January sales. Just wait, mate. We're getting into that.
If you mention Diego Costa, I'm chucking you off straight away now.
Why?
We're not doing it.
Why?
You jump, Martin, you jump in the gun. You jump in the gun. That's for later in the show.
I am jumping the gun. Thank you.
Well said, Ross.
Someone's been sassy for a Saturday night. Yeah, dear. Quick question for everyone.
Oh, God. What is it?
Is Tom Allen's? Yes. Sorry.
No.
What is Your dad knows we're joking here, don't he?
Yeah, of course he does.
Asking your mum questions. What is the
I'm
animal
not
on shelf?
Yorkshire, don't you worry. I can't stand Yorkshire.
Whoa, no need for that. What is the animal on Alan's shelf? That's an owl. That's owl.
This is my sister's office at the side of the house, and it's an owl. So I'm down in Tassie visiting for Christmas and New
Year. Oh, right. Zion says, Zayek, right, we get it. We know you said it 3 times, mate. I've got it. Zayek, it will be a big problem. I agree with you. Gerson, oh, hello. How are you, mate? Hello, guys from Orlando, Man City fan. Hello, Orlando. Love it. Been there many times. Love the place, Gerson. You lucky devil to be in Orlando. Trust me, mate. I love it. Doopy said, I used to watch the whole press conference to get excited, but now they're boring. Ross, the press conferences are just ridiculous. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Tom, anything from the press conference that you want to mention, or did it put you to sleep like they normally do?
Yeah, it's irrelevant, really. I don't really take much notice into him, you know. I don't think Pep really likes doing him because I don't think he really likes the press. So I think he just turns up because he has to. So there's no point really watching it.
Was it me, or did Pep look angry the other day doing that?
I did see a little snippet, and he did look pretty peed off. Yeah, he did look pretty peed off.
I know we're not going into that, but that Everton bit really annoyed him, didn't it? You can just tell that really got to him, that.
Well, they think there's some big club now, don't they? You know, they're talking about how they've won.
We're going down this road.
Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
And guys, just to not go down the road, but did anybody expect anything different?
No.
Like, it wasn't even a surprise to me.
I'm going to be honest. Yes, I did actually.
Yeah. Everyone's got this myth that Everton are this people's club.
They're not. They're the same as the people across the little river of theirs. They're exactly the same. But just a little bit quieter. But just quieter.
Exactly.
Won't have a paddle in the Mersey.
They probably play together.
I think the journalists are boring, aren't they? They don't say anything. I mean, I do think some of them are
Martin.
Alan.
The press are anti-City. End of story. Ever since 2010, they have got a bone to pick with us, and everything that we do or try and do, or anything that happens to us, it's always our fault and not anybody else's. So I'm sorry, I've got no time for the press whatsoever. Not after they slagged us off after the case. Oh, Ings, a brilliant bite. Absolutely.
Yeah, brilliant bite. He was man of the match against City. Oh, he lasted 10 minutes. Will Aguero start tomorrow? We'll get into that, Bradley, when we go round. Ryan's on. Hello, lads. Just brought the No Rules Cup with the boys. Just brought back the No... Oh, Ryan's here. He's here. The man is here. The Cone fan. Sorry, mate. I'm sorry you got beat. Did you get beat today? Didn't you get beat today, Tom?
I don't know. I don't take interest in Bundesliga anymore. It's Bundesliga 2 for me.
Come on, Martin. Whoa. Costa on a free for 6 months. I will get into that. I'm only joking. I will get into
it. Costa coffee or Costa the actual player? You're a Starbucks man, aren't you, Martin?
Hey, yeah, just think it could actually come to Costa Coffee with you for a latte.
Hey, you bastards. I just subscribed to Man City family. Welcome, Gerson. Thank you. Guys, hit that like button. Nearly 100 of you on. Please hit the like button. I've been much appreciated. Show Alan and Ross and Tom a lot of love. Talk Sport was saying yesterday, huge loss for Man City as Garcia is leaving.
No way.
What? They're not called Talk Sport, mate.
Bye.
Called
Good
Talk.
riddance, Judas. Good riddance,
Anyway,
Judas.
right. Chelsea, let's go into your predicted lineups. Now, this is going to be hard because we don't know. We know Tommy Doyle. In fact, no, it won't be that hard. I presume we all Edison's gone. Not gone, but he's out.
Yeah.
And we do wish him a speedy recovery, actually. Because we really do need him at the moment, if I'm honest with you. I presume we're all going with Stefan. No one's going to be a bit of a wild card and throw Scotty in, are they? Oh, James Trafford. Anyone fancy a bit of a, James Trafford in there?
Jimmy Trafford. Jimmy Trafford.
Jimmy Grimble.
No,
Jimmy Trafford.
Not with that surname, he doesn't.
No one. Everyone say it right. Left back. We'll go on the assumption Cancelo is not one of the 5. So you can have Joe, Tom.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll be playing left back. I don't think he'll play left back.
Who was your left back then?
I think he'll be Nathan Ake.
Nathan Ake, Ross.
I agree. I'm an Ake man.
You're an happy man. I'm very glad, but who do you want left back?
Ake.
I know you're happy. Stop telling me you're happy. I want to know who you want at left back, though. He's not getting it, is he? Right, Alan. Alan, who's your left back?
Mendy.
So we've got Ake, Ape, Sneezer, Sleazy, and Deezer. So we've got Ake, Mendy. I'm going Mendy as well tomorrow.
Mendy's coming out.
With his haircut.
Yeah.
You can't nick my sayings. Get your own lines.
Right. You got that trademark, Martin?
Yeah, I'm
copyrighted.
I'm going to copyright it. Centre backs.
Do you want me to go first, Martin?
Go on.
I think it'll be Diaz and Stones.
Same.
Ross, any different?
Same. John Stones, absolute legend. I told you, Alan, for years, legend. John Stones with his cagoule. Centre back.
Yeah.
It's all the way up to the top. Nice one.
Right. Is anyone going for Laporte?
No.
Nah.
No.
Anyone going for an Eric Garcia farewell match?
No.
Do you know what? On that point, Martin, I'm actually worried that he's going to play him a bit more.
We'll get into that. I promise you we will, because I've got a lot to say when it comes. Well, I'll tell you a little bit about a WhatsApp meeting we had the other night as well. Not meeting, conversation. The January transfer window, my God, WhatsApp got interesting between Andy and me and Chris. Tell you. It was like Christmas Eve. Oh, Martin's getting happy. I don't know why they think I'm happier at the January window being open, but never mind. Right back. Go on, Tom. Do we even need to say this?
Wow.
Clown?
Wow.
Is that Spanish for clown? What?
No.
Could people speak bloody properly tonight, please?
Joao. I was
Thank
trying to
you.
do it. He's my fellow friend now, so I was trying to do it in his native Portuguese accent.
He sent in one of the 500 pictures that he signed when he had a big pile in front of him. He's happy now.
No, he sent me a personal letter, hand signed.
It's a personal letter. Signed by the secretary, signed by Joe.
It's hand signed by him.
I'm only joking. Look at his face there. He was getting all upset then. What, you telling me it's not real?
And I put it on my Instagram story, and he viewed it. So there you go.
Oh, God. Yeah, what's this I've signed? I've never signed that in my life.
People do that, though, don't they, when they're being stalked, just to check out who it is. So
Yeah, it's only like, what the bloody hell's this I've signed here? Who are you? What are you doing? No, listen. Go and have a chat. That Tom deserves that. Absolutely deserves it for all the work he has done. We're only joking. Tom worked damn hard in memory of his granddad for that, and he deserved it. Absolutely deserved it. So we're all saying Stones and Diaz.
Yeah.
No one's.
Yeah, we're on to right back now.
Well, right, but you lost your way.
Right. Cancelo.
Hello?
Is everyone Cancelo? Anyone any different?
Yeah. Yeah, Cancelo right back.
Yeah, I'm Cancelo. Right. CDM.
Rodri.
Ross.
Yeah, stupid question, isn't it? Really. Rodri, innit? He's on the team sheet before we've even played the next team.
Okay. Alan.
Rodri.
I'm going Fernandinho.
Hasn't he got COVID?
What? Hang on a minute. Why do you want these old players in the team? These Dad's Army?
Yeah.
Because
thinking
we
of the
got at the moment, mate. We haven't got a choice who we got.
You need to move forward, Martin. These players.
I'd love to move forward, but unfortunately, the club have put us in this situation that I can do. I'm not falling for it, sunshine. The 11 I want is Stefan Cancelo, Aki, Rodri, Gundo, KDB, Foden, Torres, and Aguero. You're bloody wishing if Foden plays, mate. I'm telling you.
I'll just put you in me keep me.
Ignoring this rabble. Yeah, Aki at left back, not Mendy, Alan Ball. What? Oh, he's called you Alan Ball now. Hey, that could be your new name. No, I can't speak ill of the dead. I can't do that. I'm not into. No, I can't do that. Right. Who's your two alongside him or in front of him?
Foden and Kevin.
You're playing Foden tomorrow.
Yep. I think he'll get his chance. I think he's saving him for this game.
I think this is where we're going to start disagreeing, Tom. Ross.
I get mixed up here, guys. Is it what I think or what's going to happen?
What you think is going to happen?
Well, it won't be Foden. It'll be KDB and Gundo.
Sir Alan?
I agree with Ross because it's actually not what I want, but that's what's going to happen.
The only reason I'm disagreeing with Tom, I think Foden will play Wednesday. Yeah. I think Foden goes out Wednesday night instead of tonight. Tomorrow. Instead of tonight, God, it'll be a late kickoff. Be like Spain. So, yes, I think it'll be Fernandinho, Gundogan, and KDB tomorrow. Front three, Tom.
Well, this is another one that could be random. I think it'll be Mahrez on the right. I think it'll be Sterling on the left. And I think it'll be... Well, I want it to be Sergio up front. But I don't think it will be, sadly.
2021 and Noah's jokes are still crap. Everyone's just reading it quickly, Noah.
Jesus.
Come on, Noah. Get your jokes better, buddy. Apparently, Pep's still trying to convince Eric. I just don't see it. Ross, your front three.
I think he's going to play Sterling, Mahrez, and Torres.
Okay. City Chip, open invitation to Alan to come to Halifax and District City Sports. Share with you some Yorkshire warmth.
Beautiful area.
Yorkshire
tea and a Hovis butty.
Next time I'm over, when you got rid of COVID, I'll gladly take that invitation.
I'll see you in 2023.
Good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yeah.
Adam Quinn's living in the past. He still thinks we've got Leroy. A lot of people are saying Fernandinho tomorrow.
I hope so.
A lot of people are still saying Justin. Listen, David Hersey, I think we're talking a bit rubbish there, mate. Because I've got breaking news up, mate. So go and troll somewhere else, buddy. Ross, did you give your front three then?
Yeah.
Alan?
I'm going to go Sterling, Bernardo, and Torres.
Torres, Bernardo, and who was it?
Sterling.
So who's your striker?
Torres. Should be a
So
first line.
Alan's the same as me, only I've got Mahrez instead of Bernardo.
Yeah, that's what I think Mahrez plays. Definite. I think Aguero starts. And I think he's going to play Bernardo on the left. I think he's going to rest Sterling. This is the problem with tomorrow. You're going to have to balance that Wednesday night out completely.
Which is more important?
Oh, Alan throwing it in.
Right. Which game's more important?
Tomorrow for me, but semi-finals are semi-final.
Tom, which is more important? Take your heart away, stick your head.
Tomorrow's more important.
Tom, what is more important then?
Tomorrow's more important.
I'm going Wednesday. It's got to be the derby. It's a derby. It's a semi-final. First trophy on the line.
We never show up, though, do we?
Wednesday.
Steve says Mahrez should never start for City again, Kurt. Ooh, it's a bit harsh.
Hey, hang on a minute. He's our top scorer.
And he got player of the season, didn't he? For City fan player of the season last year.
Look, Kurt here. Steve Dempsey, entitled to your opinion, mate, but you're talking at a golf.
So I'm saying the Chelsea game is the important one. I'll be honest with you. If you're going to see that, yeah, I'll be upset.
Sons, Martin, is that true? Right, hang on. I'm going to check this out while we're live on air. Are you really telling me we've had another positive case? Because that might mean the game's not even going to play tomorrow now.
I'm really worried now. I hope it's not. I hope it's not Scott Carson.
Yeah, we've had another case. We've had another case.
Have we? Fun.
Good.
Dear.
Good. You say good then?
No, I'd said fun.
All right.
No, not good.
All right. Well, okay then. I'm going to write a question with that then. Will the game be on? Because Russell just said 20 minutes ago, if there's another case, and within 20 minutes it's broke, we have. So are they going to have to go back round testing again now?
Yeah, well,
this is where I'm getting. This is stupid. I've said this, and don't want to go on a rant here. Football should be stopped now. Right?
I agree. Totally agree.
I 100% agree with you. You're not getting it.
You know what?
Has to stop.
The only other thing that they should have done, which they didn't, was they should have stopped every other club going into London when London went into Tier 4.
Yeah, correct.
Why we went and stayed in
London? Who runs London? Not run the bloody country. I know they're the capital and all that. But...
No, that's what I'm saying. We should have refused. We should have refused as a football club to stay in a hotel in London.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
That's what's happened to City. And now, bigger than City, those players have brought that back to Manchester.
Apparently, it's now taken the total number of positive cases at City to 8.
Yeah, but apparently, it's from the EDS.
Is it?
It's nothing to do with the first team.
Where's that?
Where have you got that from? Where have you got that from?
Man City report on Twitter.
Oh,
Man City's new case of COVID-19 emerged from the testing carried out on Friday, and it is understood to be a player from the elite development squad.
Yeah, I think it's a crossover. I think it's Tommy Doyle.
Yeah, I reckon that's who it is, because they didn't announce that it was Tommy Doyle. They didn't say it was Tommy Doyle, did they? When Pep said he never said Tommy Doyle had it. Everybody just assumed that, didn't they?
No, because Tommy Doyle put it on Instagram, didn't he, that he had it?
Yeah.
He put quarantine life down, didn't he? Now, so, well, it looks like we might be all right then, but
it's the EDS, so I think we should be okay.
Listen, I think it's stupid anyway.
Yeah.
Going down on London.
Can I just say commiserations and and thoughts are with the Shaw family, because that person that had COVID that I know, Clifford Shaw, who's a friend of mine, passed away with COVID a few days ago. So massive Blue, massive City fan. And obviously my heart goes out to, and thoughts go out to Ashley and Paul and his family in Glossop.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Cliff, fellow Blue.
Commiserations, thoughts and prayers, and everyone here at Man City Man TV. And also, I want to say this, Ross. As you know, Ross came on a couple of weeks ago. I know Ross doesn't mind me saying this. His father had a brain operation, wasn't it, Ross? As I remember.
Yeah.
And he's unfortunately had to have a second one. So we wish him again. Is he watching? Is he good? Is he healthy enough to watch at the minute, Ross?
No, he'll probably hopefully be able to watch him in the future. So obviously they're on there to go back on. So that's one of the big reasons why I'm still doing it. And thanks for all the well wishes that I've received from the Blues, because I'm sure that'll make a massive difference to him. So thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah. All of us.
Definitely.
So that's where we're at with Chelsea then. So we're going to presume it's on. We've done our 11. Let's go round, and then I will come back to that question. What is more important? I think that's a really good question, because some of us didn't answer that. Score predictions for tomorrow, Tom.
3-1 City.
Wow. I don't know what I'm more shocked at, scoring 3 goals or the conceding the 1.
Nah, we'll concede. I think we'll concede, yeah.
I'm going for my my standard City prediction these days, which is 1-0. We are the new Arsenal of the 90s.
I'm going to change your name to George Graham. If anyone doesn't know who George Graham is, go back, Google George Graham, and Google Arsenal's George Graham, and you'll realise what 1-0 means.
1-0 to the Arsenal.
Google 1-0 to the Arsenal, yeah.
I'm showing my age here. I can't keep getting away with this 21 here, can I? Alan, your score prediction.
I'm going 2-1 City. That's what my heart's saying, but I'm 100% not sure what score is going to be tomorrow. I'm nervous about it.
Carl says, love to your dad, Ross. Much love to your dad, Ross. Jack Lee, sorry about that, Ross. Wish him a speedy recovery. So there you go. Andy Blimoon. I'm so sorry, Ross, to hear the sad news. Hope and pray Father fully recovers, my friend. There you go.
Thanks, guys.
I'm sure it'll put a smile on Ross's dad's face when he eventually gets to see it, which is what it's all about.
The only thing I'm worried about is the thing that might knock the smile off is seeing Alan's mug on here as well. But
we can pixelate that out, don't worry. 3-1.
Listen, last time I sat next to Ross's dad was at the Tottenham game at home. I sat next to him at the match, and did I, Ross?
Why did you put your face closer for that? Can see the spot on your face. What's all that about? 2-0 to Doopy. Harder Oaks going for the 2-1 City win. 2-0 Sergio Brace. Electro Disguises 1-0 City. 2-1 City. Andy Blue Moon's gone 3-1 because he knows my blue glass will be out. Harge has gone 3-0. KDB, Maris and Sterling. Alec Johnson, a straw will do. Hope your dad gets better soon, Ross. 2-1 to City, says Sean. And KDB will score. Jack Lee's going for a horrible 1-0 win. I don't care if it's horrible as long as we get the win. Is it true that Cancelo's got COVID? We have no idea, somehow. No idea at all, my friend, who has got COVID and not, because they are not releasing the names. Which that's bugging me a bit at the minute. Why none of the names are being released?
I don't get why. Why not? Like,
I don't.
Privacy is something, apparently, and that's what the Premier League say.
Garbage. My daughter got COVID and he had to tell 1,000 people on track and trace.
Oh, I'm just going to...
Yesterday, they rang me up. What you doing? Where you going? Get lost. Privacy at rear end because the millionaires going out.
I see Mendy's broken COVID rules on New Year's Eve. It's just been released in the Sun. that Bendy Mendy has broken COVID rules over Christmas Eve. It's all over the sun. So your best mate, Bendy Mendy, is been a naughty boy again.
I'm giving up with these footballers now. What have you done?
Honestly, Chris has just texted me, so he need to tell me to wind you up. But there we go.
You've got Lachelle, you've got idiots from Tottenham and West Ham doing it, and I wish these footballers grow up and realise.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that Walker rumour wasn't true either, that he had a party in London. I was hoping that was just Everton's creating rumours, so I'm hoping that's not true
I'll
either.
tell you what, if it isn't true, that guy's could have a lawsuit on his bloody hands.
Well, me and my dad think that if it is true, I reckon he'll get banned from football for a while.
I'll be honest with you, if it's true on Walker, and I didn't really want to go, I hope he don't play for City ever again.
Yeah.
Because once or twice...
The rumour I've heard, it's not a Walker rumour, but the party was actually in Manchester.
Mm.
I've heard loads of things. It's been in London, Timbuktu. Sancho flew over. No, he hasn't. Yes, he has. It's just... all I'm going to say is there's got to be something in this why they're not releasing names out at the moment, and then you hear all these rumours, and you'd think they'd squash all these rumours quick, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Just by bang, right. But instead, they just allow all these rumours to carry on, and half of it's crap and needs to stop. But yeah, like I said, we don't know anything. I'm not going to say anything about Wall because we don't know. It's all hearsay, and we're not going down that road. I'm not doing it. Right. Let's move on. As you not know, yes, New Year's Day came on the 1st of January, but also the January sales began in January. And believe it or not, and Chris Baker is sat there now, shouting and roasting at his phone as he can speak, calling me Clownio and every other word that he can. But Christian Falk, who is, I'm going to get bad for this, he's actually classed as a tier 1 journalist. If you don't know what a tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 journalists are, and they are actually real, a tier 1 journal, here he goes with his tier 1 journal. He's basically someone who is very reliable and has what they say inside knowledge. Tier 2 is to get a little bit of feedback from other people, and tier 3 are your Sun, Daily Star, and everything that Chris reads. So, they're ones. Christian Falk, very knowledgeable German thing, has said Manchester City are interested in Harry Kane. It came out of 90 million, which I think is garbage because you're not selling, you're not getting Harry Kane's right pinky for 90 million. So why was someone going to get him for 90 million? I do not know. And this all came about because apparently Bayern Munich inquired about Harry Kane, and that's where the City talk came up that no, City were already looking at him, and he'd been discussed at boardroom level. Go on, Alan. Why you got your hand up?
Obviously, I saw this last night before I was going to bed, and I flipped that information over to my friend Leo, who Ross knows as well, and he came back with, why would he go to a cheating club who are a smaller club than Tottenham? Their choice is like, and Ross, you know Leo, you know that's what he would say.
Listen, I'll tell you now why. I'll tell you why now. Because Leo, unfortunately, mate, in your weird world, Tottenham don't win trophies. We do, mate. And Harry Kane wants to come and win a trophy.
My answer to anyone who says anything about Harry Kane from Tottenham is one of our own. He's an Arsenal fan. End of discussion. He's an Arsenal fan. Leo, hope you're watching. He's an Arsenal fan.
He's a gooner. He's a gooner.
I hope he comes. I'll tell you, I hope he comes because that'll be the first shit I'm going to get straight round to Leo's apartment, and I'll just sit there with the name on the back. It'll be brilliant.
Hey, Martin, it's interesting though on the transfer fee. I think there's going to be some crazy transfers because of what's going on right now, and actually, I think a lot of clubs have missed out, and they're going to have to accept I'm not saying Harry Kane's one of them, but I think transfer fees might come down because this thing about City not having any money, right? We all know they've got money, but I think they're actually using this to reset. The money's not in the world anymore in the economies. So they've got an opportunity now saying your player who's worth 100 million is now worth 50.
Chris, get your ginger ass on the call. Sorry, Ross. Sorry, mate.
So we're fully into the window discussion, are we?
We are. We're going down that road. Charlie Everett, spokesperson for Benjamin Mendes. Ben accepts that his party is a breach of COVID-19 protocols and he's sorry for his actions. Sorry, mate. That don't.
Wait.
He's not sorry.
He's you don't care.
He's an idiot.
If that's true, then I'm sorry. He shouldn't be anywhere near the squad. Well, he won't be now. He'll probably have to go and bloody isolate and whatever else he has to do.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's just an absolute prat. And all he's doing is committing career suicide because he won't play City again the way he's going. It's just madness. I don't get the fella. The fella's thick. Anyway, I'm not going down.
And that's the thing. They're just stupid. They're just stupid.
There are all photos of Mendy about the part. Carl says, give me Mbappe instead. All right, then. Listen, I don't think it's going to happen. If it does happen, it'll be the summer. Harry Kane, though. Is anyone wanting him?
Yeah,
definitely.
Martin, I said weeks ago, the two best strikers in world football that you'd sign, Harry Kane's one of them and Haaland's the other one.
Yeah.
That's it. They're the two you'd get. Will we get them in January? No chance. So what's the discussion about? Who are we signing in January or who do we want in the summer?
Well, according to this, apparently what I've heard, or what I've read as well, is City are not going to buy anyone in January. It's going to be all on maybe selling and getting the stars tied down to new contracts. This is what they're going to use the next couple of weeks for, 3 weeks, whatever, is to get some players maybe out the door. There is no plans as of now to bring anybody in, whether it's emergency loan or anything. Exactly what Pep said a matter of weeks ago. Does anyone disagree with that and think we desperately need to go in the market and get somebody?
Yeah, we need a centre forward.
It's not precise, is it? You know, we've scored about half of the amount that we have in previous seasons. We're relying on an injury-prone Serge who isn't up to it anymore, sadly, and we're relying on a winger that's been converted to a striker in Gabby J2.
Just unbelievable. With Martin, to your point about goal, we are still creating a lot of chances. We're putting the ball in the box a lot. We've got no one to finish him. How can anyone at the club see that we do not? It's one or the other for me. Sign a forward or give Delap a chance. And if Delap doesn't make it, sell him in the summer.
Delap's not getting a chance, mate.
Well, sell him in January then. It just frustrates the hell out of me. What's the kid doing?
I feel bad for the lad because he got brought on in that Leicester game to try and make a difference, and then the defence let us down. We were giving away penalties, and we lost 5-2. And he's never had a sniff since then. But you know, he scored that beautiful goal in the Carabao Cup and played really well. And he's got passion, which is what we need. A little bit of that, young talent, young threat. I'm the same as you, Ross. You know, if he's not gonna obviously get a chance, then why have we got him?
And the other rumour that's gathering momentum about players not playing is that Madrid want Foden.
Yes. Yeah.
And you know what? You know what? Would you blame Foden? Here's a question. Would you blame Foden if he left City?
No, I wouldn't at all.
No, I wouldn't blame him. I'd say all the best because you didn't get the chance, mate.
It pulls at the heartstrings. You can see Martin's reaction there. But, you know, he's not going to play in the system we've got in midfield. No way. He's not going to get the opportunity.
Foden's an hard one. And you know, I've been banging Foden's drum now for a while, despite the joke of going. And this is me going out on loan comment, which I did say. It wasn't on a just send him out on loan. Because deep down, I didn't think he was ever properly going to get a chance. And right now, people say he's been managed well. I don't think he is being managed well right now.
No, I agree with you.
I don't think he is. But I will say on the other side of the coin, the last couple of games, he's not pulled any trees up when he's played.
No.
Yeah,
So, I suppose we can't look at him as a youngster anymore. Andy did say, Andy made a comment a couple of weeks ago. We can't see him as a youngster anymore.
No,
He's not the first team. We've got to look at him as a first teamer. And has he done enough to retain a place in the side?
Yeah, but Martin, he's not playing in his natural position. He's pushing him out on the wide left or the wide right. And
Alan, name me a player who is. Name me a player who is playing.
He's not a wide player. He's not a wide player. He's not a forward. He's a midfield player. And he either plays in midfield or he doesn't.
Sterling's not a left winger, though. Mahrez isn't a right winger.
No. There's a few comments, just to be clear on what I said. Delap's a striker. We've not got one. If he's not going to play him, sell him. Right? Otherwise, it's a waste. That's what I'm saying. Delap deserves a chance when we've not got a striker. What happens with Torres? Torres is not a striker. He's doing a good job, but we don't know if Delap can do it. That's what I'm saying. Foden, now we need to get rid of him. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, why would you blame a player for leaving when he doesn't get played? So just to clear up on the comments that I made, I'm not saying let's sell everyone. I'm saying, can you blame Foden if he starts looking around for a club? And I agree with you, Martin. Being managed well, Foden's not a kid anymore. He wants to play football. And to Alan's point, I don't think he's playing great because I don't think he knows where he wants him to play him.
Yeah. I know it's
any other club. Look at Jack Grealish at Villa. They found out where his best position is. They play him there every week.
Yeah, exactly.
He's on fire. Left back, right back, centre forward. He's on fire. Play him in his position. There's too much in this football nowadays of, let's try him at right back. Let's try him at left back. What's wrong with just being a good midfield player?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Andy says, hello, everyone. Everyone playing nice tonight. Are you coming on? Andy wasn't too sure if he was coming on or not tonight. So Andy may or may not join us. Didn't Pep say no one was to be brought? Yeah, that's what I heard. I think what people are saying is, do we need to buy someone though? And who do you buy? Because we're trying to January transfer market. I've said to you now, I think you could get a player in January if you wanted to put the money down. I do. I think if you went into a club and went, here's the money, blah, blah, blah. What I don't think you get in January, I think it's very hard to negotiate in January. I think that's where the issue is. I think it's hard to negotiate in January. Do I think you can buy people in January? Yes. But I think the negotiation becomes hard. I think sometimes you have to pay over the odds or you have to pay with the price they want. And that's the only way you get them out. Was Fernando Torres worth 50 million quid? Probably not at the time. Top striker. But Chelsea got him out.
Yeah.
But they had to pay at the time a hell of a lot of money, which sounds nothing now. 50 million quid to get him out the door.
I think I've got a bit of a different take, mine, as you know, and I'm gonna, as you say, I'm gonna throw it left field again tonight. I think there's a couple of players in Italy you could get until the end of the season. So you've got the two centre forwards for Atalanta.
Yeah.
Who were 28 and 30. So you've got Zapata and Ilic. I think you could go and grab one of them as a stopgap. And you've got the lad at Lazio, is it Immobile?
Immobile,
yeah. They're the players that you could go and get in January.
Yeah, reliable as well, aren't they? You know, they're reliable. So, and the goal scorers, which is what we want, which is what we need.
And they score in Europe. And I think now, I don't think the cup tie thing works anymore. I might be wrong, but I'm sure they've got rid of it. So there's three players I'm just going to throw in who are, as you say, well, one's 28, I think the other two are 30. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But that, here's a 2-year contract.
I don't think we need to do buying strikers. I think we should be going all out to try and get a loan in, and then reassess it in the summer. Well, we can go on. Why not? Why not?
Won't happen. Who are you going to get?
Well, I can name one, but you threatened to kick me off if I mentioned it.
No, I didn't make you mention because I'm only joking because I'm going to bring him up. All right, then. Diego Costa's available on a free.
Exactly. Yeah. 6 months, and then he can go and get a club the year after. He's a proven goal scorer, proven menace, and he's proved it right at the top level. I don't care what anyone says. If you could get a Sterling or a Torres whipping balls in, or Bernardo Silva or Mahrez to someone like him, and he's big as well, you're not telling me he won't score goals, because we all know he will.
Yeah, I agree. He's one of them players. It's like Suarez in the summer. You would have took him.
All day long. I know. If you have to stick him in another room on his own, he doesn't argue with anybody, so be it. Just go inside and forget it.
No one's allowed to talk anyway.
No.
Because everyone's on court.
I love that. We're signing you for 6 months. You're going in the basement. We'll let you out. He's not
angry. Mate, when he was at Chelsea, he scored goals for fun. He was a beast for them.
Yeah, he was.
Absolutely. Remember, Mangala bloody outdid him for 90 minutes. So that also.
Yeah, but everyone has one good. What did Mangala do for the rest of his career? Everyone has one good game, Martin.
No, I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't mind Costa, if I'm honest with you. On a free for 6 months.
All day long. All day.
It's a no-brainer, really. We're struggling for someone.
I was joking at the beginning. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind Costa at all.
And
Chris is now just throwing his phone across the room.
And the thing is, right, with Costa, he's proven in the Premier League, which is what there's a risk with certain players that you might bring in on a free or something. If you bring him in, or he's a goal-scoring beast in La Liga, or he's a goal-scoring beast in Bundesliga. But Costa's proven it in Spain, and he's proven it in England too. He's won a Premier League title with Chelsea. He knows what it's like to go for a title, and someone that you need, and a little bit of, someone that isn't really liked by the opposition, which is somebody like I was saying in the summer, someone like Sergio Ramos. He's sort of the counterpart, but in the striker version.
Well, your dad wants Griezmann.
Yeah, I know. He always talks about Antoine. I don't know. Yeah,
Messi don't come then because they don't get on.
Yeah, I know. He's a good player, Griezmann. I'd take him.
You only get Griezmann for a bag of crisps at the minute. Barcelona are in that much mess.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
God bless. Take care, Adam Quinn. Thank you. We're not buying anyone in January. Hey, I know we're not.
No.
Diego, he's a
Alone would be good.
Electro disguises Patson Daka as a kid, might as well play. Who's mentioned Patson bloody Daka again?
Oh, not Patson Daka. Oh, no.
Patson Daka stuff.
No.
Can we just skip that? Martin, can we not repeat it of the other week, please? We don't want anything about that man.
Who's mentioned Patson Daka?
Just be quiet about it.
Right, Carl said Illich, Dybala, spot on Ross. Immobile and Illich. What about Milik? Listen, I'm sitting throwing names here. We're not going to end up with anyone. Okay, then. Eric Garcia. Do we think he's going to go? Because the last thing we've heard is that
he's signed.
Apparently he hasn't. He hasn't signed.
I don't know how reliable it is over here. It's been announced somewhere over here this morning on the sports that he's gone. And now the discussion is it's about whether he goes in January or at the end of the year.
I wouldn't want him. I wouldn't want him to stay.
Have you read that anywhere, Tom, over here? Because I've not read anything about that.
To be perfect,
we're in the future, remember? So we've got tomorrow's papers today.
They've got everything ahead of us, haven't they? So I don't know. I ain't seen anything of that.
I've not said anything. I've not heard a dicky bird.
You heard it here first.
Koeman was talking. Apparently, they were talking in October.
It is agreed personal terms. Nothing else has been agreed yet. So it's not signed. It's agreed personal terms.
Says here 8 hours ago, City made a permanent deal for Eric Garcia and Barcelona. Difficult in October, but their position today is unknown. Nobody knows what is going to happen at the moment.
Just have a look where I read it.
There's a
I
three.
read it on Alan's Facebook page.
So
I'll
the personal terms bit was agreed. That was in a report two days ago. The personal terms.
Right. Would you get rid of Eric Garcia now, or would you just say screw it? We're not going to get a lot of money for him. Let's keep him as a squad player.
No, just get rid of him. Get rid of him.
I do need to bring up this super chat. Thank you, Harry Gillam. Much appreciated. But this is a massive game for Chelsea and Frank Lampard. Chelsea has to win this game to keep pressure on the top four and even the title and Frank's job. Yeah, it's just as important for us, though. Remember that. Ade, but thank you for your super chat, Harry. Really appreciate it, buddy. Ade says Diego Costa had 5 goals in 30 games last year, guys. Yeah, that was in La Liga, though. La Liga, as we've seen, is different than the Premier League.
David Silva's making it look the same, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Dupe got questions about Diego Costa's attitude. He gets red cards and fights with everyone. But like Alan said, stick him in the bell tower for 6 months, bring him out once a week, he'll be fine.
I think what we're all saying on it, though, it's not, I don't think, Alan, jump in if I'm wrong, but it's not particularly the Diego Costa. There are people out there you could bring in as a stopgap.
Yeah, just a low knee. All I want is a low knee. That'll do.
Anyone who, there's 2 options, isn't there, guys? He's got to play someone from the EDF who's a forward. He's got to bring someone in.
It's not hard, is it?
Oh,
and he's not
for Aguero and Jesus to be fit.
Well, what if they get injured again? What if he gets COVID?
We're back to the same problem like we had at the start of the season when they were both injured.
I think all I'm saying is I think he's very arrogant on this. We don't need anyone. You do.
How do we know it's not the money, though?
It's not the money.
How do you know? And what I mean I was asking is because everyone's took a hit through COVID. Everyone's took a massive hit through COVID.
Yeah.
And we're meant to be now self-sufficient. We don't rely on the sheik anymore. We're now self-sufficient. Have we really deep down? Because apparently, what I've read, we're going on this big splurge in the summer. Where we're going, we're keeping our powder dry for the summer. And the idea is that we're going to re-sign our star players to new contracts. That's what this January is going to focus on.
That's why we should get a loan in, because it costs us anything. Get a loan in.
What if we? All right, I'm going to paint a picture. I don't think it'll happen, but I'm just going to say it for argument's sake. What if we don't finish in the top 4 because we don't score enough goals?
Correct.
That splurge. Is Harry Kane or Mbappe going to come to a team playing in the Europa League?
No way. No way.
People need to realise at the moment, right? It's a double-edged sword. We've got a great chance to win the league this year, I think.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it's all about games in hand. We're not up there at the moment. Points is what matters.
Yeah.
And if we're saying COVID means we've got no money, that's rubbish because ticket sales don't make City the money for everything. Ticket sales is nothing anymore at top level football.
Yeah, but they took a hit financially on the broadcast deals, haven't they, as well?
Well, they got half of the deal up front anyway, so that money was in the bank. And I tell you what, people are still buying petrol.
We're not relying on the sheep anymore.
Yeah, well, anyone who thinks that as well, we're living in dream world, aren't we?
Here's a good part in the blooming. Do you think City are keeping their waiting game financially in transfers as to what the decision Messi makes? I didn't want to go down this road. Thank you, Amber.
No. I just think that they're saying we're not going to buy anyone because they don't want clubs to anticipate what's coming, and also the press are just going to kick off left, right, and centre, aren't they? So they're keeping their mouth shut, which is the right way to do it. I think we'll go for someone.
Andy says, hasn't Diego Costa scored like 12 goals in 2 years at Atletico Madrid? Yeah, I'm talking 6 months short term. I'm not talking 2 or 3 year deal like you want with Messi. I'm talking 6 months, mate, and out the door.
Yeah.
And he plays as an absolute backup. I'm not talking stick him in first team every week.
Well, there's the Messi thing, though, isn't it? They can have Garcia. We'll just do a straight swap.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Man City is one goal.
Hang on, the ice cream van's coming down the hill down here, mate. You ready, Martin?
Have you got your quid out yet?
Yeah, I've got it here, mate. Don't worry about it. I've got it
No,
all
I
ready
think
for
quid,
you.
not dollars. Don't be shortchanging me sometime on your exchange rate. No, that's dollars.
What's that for?
Well, I'm talking 6 months on a short term and then get rid. I ain't talking 3 year deal like you. Doopy said we should just sign Messi, period. I've read the Garcia one, says Andrew W. Evening, mate. Hagrid put that out, agreed terms, and it's just a matter of when. Let him go now. Keep them sweet for Meta. Yeah, it might be Hagrid then, Ross. You've seen that on.
No, I've read it. I've read it on a couple of things this morning where it's all about now. It's about. I'm just trying to find it. Now it's about whether he'll go in January or not. And I've already booked his Uber, so he can go if he wants.
I agree. Either loan striker, short term, or play the lap. The lap's not going to get a game. Sorry, I just these kids.
Can we agree then that the lap should go in January?
On loan somewhere, yeah.
No, he should go. Let the kid go. Where would he go?
No,
I reckon there's a lot.
No, because I don't want to use that word. I've heard he doesn't get on with everyone behind the scenes at the minute.
No wonder.
Well, look at the
maybe the kid's upset. There's too much of this these days. Of what if he's a young lad who's training well and he just wants to play, and he's not getting picked? He did all right in the 2 games. So if some of the older players are getting a bit upset with that, so what?
But has he impressed them? Because he's had them 2 games and never been with the first team since. Tom, where are you at with this Delap situation then?
I've got one thing, but first, City just released a statement saying this player who's apparently had COVID or who's got it, the player had no contact with the first team in the last 10 days. Everyone at City continues to wish a speedy recovery to our colleagues who remain in self-isolation following their positive test. The game against Chelsea will still commence at 4:30 on Sunday, the 3rd of January.
There you go.
28 minutes ago.
Long he's on. Can I just say, before we get it, Tom, I'm going to come back to you on your Delap. Harry Gillam again, thank you, buddy. Would you take Tammy Abraham as a backup? That's a cheeky one for tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyone have him? Don't all jump for joy there, lads, you know.
It's one of them, innit? It's one of them.
Tammy Abraham, anyone? Does that?
Well, he's a better. At the moment, he's a better player than Werner, isn't he?
But what? Sorry, guys. Why would he? He's playing for Chelsea.
Exactly.
Why is he going to come to City and not play?
It's playtime's everything for players, isn't it? So he's not going to do that.
Anyone who thinks that we're going to get a chance of signing a young player is in dream world. We don't play young players. We don't play our own. We don't play Foden.
Yeah. No, listen. My eyes with these youngsters, I've come to the situation on it, or the conclusion in my eyes anyway. The youngsters are our way of getting round FFP. We bring them in, we sell them on, we get a tidy profit. That's our FFP solution for me. And if we get unearthed a gem, fair play. I've now come to. Don't think Pep struck on Foden Fuller. I think it's a lot of lip service, but again, I think Foden's not done enough in games to cement himself down.
Well, you know what though? You know what, Martin? If that's true, then he's bang out of order.
Oh yeah, everything he said last year, yeah.
Because he's missed 3 years of football.
I agree. Yeah, no, I know. The Delap, Tom Delap, would you play him, or do you think Ross, we just have to let him go now?
It's one of
we've got a striker crisis, and he's not even getting on the bench.
We'll see what'll happen. I'd like to see what'll happen tomorrow. We've got a guest.
Hello.
We'll see what'll happen tomorrow. If he's on the bench, then hopefully he can, have a start. But he's just going to be like Jadon Sancho, isn't he? If he sees that he's not going to get a go, who knows? I think we don't want to rush him into the squad, but then he'll be looking at Foden's progression, and he was letting at that age, and he got starts. So it's one of them. I don't think we should. It's one of them. I think maybe a year or two more, and I think he'll go himself on his own sort of, circumstances because he wants to play. But I do think that he'll stay, and I don't think City will let him go.
The big thing for me is, Kurt, I get that. But if you're good enough, you play. We've got no strikers, and he's not been given a chance. So whatever people think about him, he's not. Why has he not even been given a chance? That's all I'm saying.
One shot your dick off. So City are signing Lautaro Martinez in the summer. The deal is done.
That's happened. We've heard that a long time ago.
No Messi. So you're moaning about Diego Costa's striking rate, and you want to bring in Lautaro Martinez? Nah, not for me. Delap's still got a lot to learn, and under Pep he will. We need to buy a striker because Pep will not play youth. Delap will be another Iheanacho, get some games, but not fit with the Pep method, says Andy Milnes. Man said Tammy Abraham, I will stop watching City matches until his contract ends. Jatley, I'd agree with Ross. We can't keep putting wingers in centre forward. It's not working. But that's what Pep does. And at the moment, Pep, got to remember, we played his front three like he did at Barcelona and he did at Bayern Munich. He plays our front three, doesn't he, and wants goals from all of them.
Yeah, hang on a minute, though. Let's just take a step back there. Who did Bayern Munich have in that front three?
No, I understand. One name. We're talking different class, I know that.
One name up front. Yeah, right. So, you know what? Play whoever you want on the other side. He's going to score goals for you.
Sterling scored 30 goals last year.
Yeah, no, amazing. And fans need to remember that he's a winger and he scored all them goals and he covered over the cracks. And sometimes it don't happen that way. Pep's front threes have always had a centre forward. See, people are getting misunderstood with the comment.
Yeah, he's not having a go. It's just an opinion. Can't understand with the academy and training facilities we had for so many years why we're not seeing top quality kids getting in the first team. Happy New Year to you, LaChal Blue. Just got that up, buddy. Chris makes a good point. The lap needs to calm down a bit. Good potential, no doubt, but very easy to wind up. So Chris is a little bit not sure on him. Right, let's go on to what people have said then about what we read about City going to do stuff in January, but it's going to be a renewal of contracts. Apparently, KDB, they are going to, currently, if you believe the rumours, they've been sat down for the last 2 months trying to, get him to negotiate a new contract. Now, as you know, his agent, he's in a little bit of bother. So I don't know how they've been doing it, whether it's been doing through an intermediary or whether it's being done via De Bruyne directly. I don't know. And also Mataz Sterling. They want to get him nailed down onto a new contract. Tom, that's something that you would see as a priority in the next few weeks, get the stars onto longer-term contracts?
Oh, definitely. It's a must, isn't it? You want to secure these players down and make sure you've got no problems in them positions for the next. I don't know how long the contracts would be, but yeah, definitely will be. Minimum 3 years, hopefully, extensions. So yeah, I'd like to see them, nailed down and done within the next few weeks. Then we don't have that to worry about in the coming months, and and also I also think we need to mention that I think John Stones deserves one, and I think he's managed to get himself one or a negotiation, so I'm glad to see that. So yeah, I think those three guys, Stones, Sterling, and KDB, if we can get them done within the next few months, that's happy days for us, because we've secured one of the best midfielders, if not the best midfielder in the world. And Sterling, who's been a very good performer for us, and Johnny Stones, who's had a tough sort of ride with us at the moment, but he's coming through now, and he's had a really good start to the season. So yeah, I think if we can secure them down, happy days.
Ross, do you think we need to get those two, like Tom says, John Stones as well, tied down onto contracts?
Yeah, I mean, them particular players, if you do let them go, who are you going to replace them with, and how much would it cost you? It's just not even it's not even worth thinking about. Like, they're massive to the team, and I personally am really pleased that, again, I think Stones have been given a bit more of a shot, and he's proved a lot of doubters right. Is he going to make mistakes? Yeah, of course he is, but he's playing in high-profile matches, and the media are on him. So I agree. I think him is still pretty young. Sterling's young. It's too good. It's another players who could be in your 10 years at a club category, which these days is few and far between. And if you look at players in our team, who would they get into? They get into pretty much any team, anywhere. I think there's a bit of a myth as well about this Sterling. He's not playing well, or he's not doing this and he's not doing that. He's always going to carry that tag around with him. At the moment, he's up there with England's best player. So that's internationally, outside of our club. And he would get into most teams in world football, whether people like him or not. He's a winger. He's not a centre forward. He's a winger. Defenders. Do you ask defenders in world football, do you want to mark Sterling? And I guarantee it, they'll say no. He's a good player, and people need to realise how good he is and just get off his back. Because without him, we wouldn't be where we are now. He's one of the players. So do we need to sign them players on? I personally would probably offer Aguero a 1 year as well. Why not? If he does get fit now and he keeps fit, why not give him another year? Because if we don't, that's another forward out of the club. And I think you need to give it him. So for me, I'll give it.
You bring in a top class striker in summer. You've got Jesus, and you want to keep. Is Aguero you be happy to sit on a bench for a year?
Aguero was in the City team when we had 4 strikers.
Yeah,
we had Tevez, Balotelli, and Zeko.
So Ross, if you're going to get Haaland or anyone, Aguero's not going to be first choice there.
I would be. I tell you now, if we get Haaland and Aguero's fit, I'd be playing both of them up top.
But that isn't Pep. Ain't going to happen. You're living in dream world. He's never done it.
Who thought Pep would play 2 holding midfielders and go for 1-0 wins?
Name me the last time he's played 2 strikers up top.
Name me the last time Pep played defensive football in his career.
So
he does now.
Last week.
Yeah, exactly. So things change, and even Pep's changing.
I'm sorry, I'm going to sound some really I don't think Aguero can fully go for a full season at full tilt anymore.
Well, you've answered your own question there, then, haven't you? Of course you keep him. He's not playing all year. He's only playing certain matches.
Happy with that.
Yeah, if he's not fit, then yeah.
You have to go back to Argentina, like he said.
Is he during? I think COVID's going to play an important role in football's decisions. Things are not great in Argentina right now. So I think he would stay. And I think part of him would like to stay with a younger forward and maybe help him out. And perhaps being a team that's going to win more things in the latter stage of his career, which a lot of players don't get the opportunity to do. But I still think even if he only played 25 games a season, would you take Aguero? Of course you would. And I tell you what, if he doesn't go back to Argentina, there'll be plenty of clubs who have a gamble on him.
Well, like those guys have said, heard rumours about nearly 500k a week for Kev. Crazy money. I think City are gonna, if we eventually want to buy a top striker, that we're talking this Aguero replacement, we're going to have to. Now, I think what I've heard, City do it in a different way. City pay a lower basic wage and then bulk it up on bonuses. So, for example, they might say to KDB, yeah, you're on 500 grand a week, but they might say you're on 250, 300 basic, and you get your 200 extra on a bonus. From what I've heard, it isn't all a straight 500k a week, you know, gross, and then the net all that. I don't think it is a straight that. Do I think he deserves a pay pump? Yeah, I mean, you got to remember with KDB, I didn't know this, he's 27, 28 years old. This is going to be his last big contract that he probably signs. He's not got the luxury. He's probably like a Sterling or this is going to. He's very much like in the Ilkay Gundogan situation that he was a year or two ago, where he had to and ah and have a think about this big. I still think Gundogan's had it in his contract that he plays every week since he because he didn't play half as much as what he did when he signed a new contract. But so I think Kevin's got to look at that as well.
But Martin, to your point, if City haven't got any money, how are they going to give KDB $500,000 a week?
I didn't say they haven't got any money. I said money for signings. Because they'll have a budget each year, won't they?
Yeah, but if you're saying Sterling new contract $500,000, KDB $500,000,
48 million. It's a lot of money.
That's adding up.
Because they might want to use that money. That's what I'm saying. So they'd rather probably use that money on the contracts than they would have going buying anyone.
But then that doesn't solve your problems, does it? Because keeping KDB and Sterling does not solve the problem that City have got right now.
I think we have to realise City are not going to go out and buy a striker. They're not going to do it. Pepper said straight out they're not doing it. I don't think they're going to do it. I think we have to accept a little bit. Maybe not accept it, but I think we're just going to have to realise they're not going to go out and buy a striker.
What, in the summer? They're not going to buy one in the summer?
Right now, in January. I think they'll do it in the summer.
But who's Aguero's out at the end of the season contract-wise, and Garcia is.
Yeah.
Sterling and KDB are not. So them contracts are not going to get done in the next 3 weeks. They go on for ages.
Well, apparently the KDB one's been going on for a couple of months now.
That's what I mean. So that's just a smokescreen again by the club to say, oh, we're not signing anyone. We're using the next 3 weeks. They've been talking to KDB for months. Nothing to do with the January window. That can be done at any time. Yeah. So to your point, we're not signing. It's one of them. I think to Alan's point as well, it's a bit like for the first time ever, City saying we're not signing anyone. We've got no money. Maybe they'll surprise us.
Yeah, they're saying nothing anymore. They've learned that lesson after the cash case. Say nothing to the press at all.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Ellie Johnson, Martin never I'm not underestimating Aguero. I'm trying to be a little bit practical here in terms of Aguero's had this problem with his same knee now for a very, very long time. He went in the summer, from what I remember, when it Tom, where he had these bone spurts taken out, and Pep's quotes were, we've managed to get him in and get his knee sorted. Because in fact, it was 2 years ago because he missed.
He missed the celebration
at Brighton, didn't he?
Yeah,
he wasn't on the bus parade.
No, it was the season before that. It was the Centurion season. He missed the last game because Jesus went up front.
They basically went out and they did all that to get these bone spurts or whatever out of his knee, and I just think Aguero's been hampered with the same problems Mendy has. Don't think he's got the stupidity Mendy has been proven this evening. But I think age has caught up a little bit, as every striker does. And the other thing is Jesus. How long is he going to sit on a bench for? He's not going to sit around on a bench forever.
He doesn't sit on the bench, though, does he? I like Jesus, but he's not an out-and-out goal scorer.
No, I understand you're saying that, but Jesus might think a lot different. He might think a lot different. I don't know who this Ray. I mean, fair enough. You're saying come on City, but please don't spam, or you'll be going in a timeout, mate. Carl says maybe needs to be sold next week. Alan, where are you with these contracts?
Well, I think it's imperative that we re-sign KDP, Sterling, John. I'm a City legend. You know, is he good enough to play a City legend? You know what I mean? Stones, because Stones deserves it. KDB is imperative. The spin of that, if for argument's sake one of them wanted to leave at the end of the season because we didn't make top 4, if they re-signed, we get a massive fee for it. So we need to sign them and sign them quick. So it's imperative that we do that. It is a smoke screen. It's just to appease the reporters that we said that. City will do business now and they'll try and do it quietly. We will not spread the rumours all over the press. There's no way we'll do it.
Yeah. One shot your dick off. Says Jesus should be sold, but should be a left winger. Raheem right and Maris sold. So are we selling other players then?
Well, I think
but then you've got the other problem of what you're doing with Torres, what you're doing with Bernardo.
Well, Bernardo's best position is either on the right hand side or he can play in the middle.
I know. Against the point, name me a time when Pep's ever played a lot of these players in their natural position.
I think that's a player we potentially could lose in the summer.
Who, Bernardo?
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
I hope not, because I like Bernardo, and when he plays well, he makes us tick. He does. He really does.
It's are trying to be a little bit practical here. Like Andy, I just think they're going to tie up the big boys, and then from whatever they're going to go for it in the summer. I think this was always going to be a 2-part.
But Martin, what Ross touched on before, if we don't make top 4, there's a real fear of that now. If we don't make top 4, these big players that we're planning on getting ain't going to come to City. I'll tell you that now.
I think you need to be negative there, saying if we don't make top.
Mate, at the moment, all right, we've got games in hand. I agree with you on that point. We've got a striker crisis. We've got Plodry midfield, where they're playing a double pivot thing, whatever it is, which to me stifles us completely. I don't think it's a guarantee that we're going to get top 4. I really don't. It's 50-50 whether we compete. We'll find out more in the next 6 weeks in the league games where we are.
Maybe guys, maybe we're looking at more of Garcia off the wage bill in the summer, Mendy gone, Bernardo Silva potentially could move on if he's not guaranteed playing time, which I don't think anyone is in City. Aguero moves off the wage bill. So are they going to let 4 go there? Only probably 1 and a bit transfer fees to get it off the wage bill to sign 1 big forward.
We don't know. I think we're in for an interesting summer. We're in for.
We'll probably buy 3 more defenders.
My hope is we're bringing a left back. We're bringing a CDM to finally replace Fernandinho. As much as I love Rodri and I think he's a cracking player, I think we need someone who's a bit more. And you shake your head all you want. There's a stat come out, Alan, that shows he's got the best pass percentage rate the whole of 2020, mate. So you want to underestimate him at your pedal, sunshine.
No, he doesn't read danger and he passes the ball square.
No,
I'm sorry.
No. Martin, we sat on here the other week and I wanted Fernandinho in the team, and you said that he was too old.
He's still a better Fernandinho. We need someone with energy.
Long term. You all want
Fernandinho could play for another 2 seasons easily.
Yeah, get off.
Easily.
Chance.
Fernandinho could play for another 2 seasons.
You want him at 30? You want him at 37, 38?
Easily.
I'll change to Stanley Matthews.
He could easily play. I'll tell you this way then. You've just said about
youngsters.
Name me 5 players. Name me 5 players who are better than him in the Premier League in his position.
You're not listening to what I've said. I've said he is the best CDM we've got.
But why couldn't he play for another 2 years? So at the end of this year, that just stops. He's not the best anymore.
Because you just moaned about youngsters playing. So what you're doing is you're telling Tommy Doyle and you're moaning about Foden and Tommy Doyle and the youngsters.
They're not. Tommy Doyle and Foden are not his position and not Fernandinho. And Fernandinho's not a centre forward. I'm saying we've not got a centre forward. So give a young lad a chance. This it's like Messi. Messi would walk into our team.
I don't want Messi.
But you're saying he's too old.
I want long term. Tell me what's wrong. What is wrong with having a bit of long term vision? Every business does it.
You don't have to have it in 11 positions.
Hang on, we're still running with a striker that we won the league with 10 years ago.
Yeah, because we're not going to buy one.
It's madness. Which is madness.
We've got to think
long term. What do you want to do? Get rid of Aguero and just have Jesus?
Pardon? Say that again.
So I'm saying, would you give Aguero another 1 year deal? Yes, I would, because we've not got any other strikers at the club who we play. Could Fernandinho play another 2 years? Yeah. I'm surprised when you said we need a replacement that everyone didn't jump on saying let's sign back from Villa, because all of a sudden he's the best player in the world, but he's nowhere near Fernandinho. Fernandinho could play for another 2 years easily, especially with the amount of games he's playing now.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's opinions. You can obviously, inside of yours, Ross. Like I said, I think he's a great CDM.
I'm just laughing at that comment. I do pay.
He's not long term. He's not. Great player. Like I said, I'd start him tomorrow. He's not long term, though.
What's long term, though, Martin?
My long-term vision is like what Chelsea have done now. Chelsea haven't just bought players for this year. They're looking for the next 3, 4 years, 5 years. So they don't have to go out and make major surgery on their squad for the next 3 or 4 years. That's what we now need to start doing. Because if you look at our squad, Walker's 30, 31. KDB's 28, maybe 29. People are getting on now. Fernandinho, 35, 36. Aguero, 32, 33. Carl's going on about Messi, for crying out loud. It's La Liga. David Silva's looking like bloody Messi at the moment in La Liga.
Yeah, but I could say that the other way round as well, though, Martin. Nathan Ake, 25.
Yeah. But I've never seen
Sterling, 26. John Stones, 26. So, for every one of your 29-year-olds, there's a young lad there as well.
But I've said defence is sorted. I've said that for 2 weeks. It's been sorted. We now need the midfield and the forwards.
But we're talking about one position there, right, aren't we? Fernandinho. And what I'm saying is...
Let's just say one thing as well. We've been trying to get a left full back in for 4.5 years. We still haven't done that.
No.
Anyway,
Rodri's 24, innit? Rodri's 24.
Yeah. Stolen
Rodri's crap in here. Apparently, that's all I've been told and read everywhere. Rodri's crap.
No, that's no one on this chat said it. I don't think anyone said it.
Rodri's not crap. He just doesn't suit the way City play.
I said to you, he's just got the record 2020 pass ratio thing since Opta started.
Backwards, sideways, backwards, sideways, backwards, sideways, backwards, sideways. That's what he does, mate. You know, he doesn't do a Fernandinho pass the ball forward. Every time Fernandinho gets the ball, he looks forward. Every time. And passes it forward.
In that school of thought, then, so KDB will turn 30 soon, won't he?
Yeah.
He's 30 in June. So should we be giving him a 5-year contract then?
Well, I don't know. I'd probably
That's
say
not planning for the future, is it? On your school of thought. He's 30.
I'm also going on. Someone said it here, because if you actually remember what Sheikh Mansour said, because what did Sheikh Mansour say? Generally, we look at players 25 and under.
What a load of rubbish, though. We went after Kubali for ages.
No, because he did say when he said it, he said, if Pep wants an exception, we'll do it. And then we all know the exception was either Koulibaly or Messi.
Yeah,
Martin was getting very excited with the pair of them. Oh my God, the pair of them. Show me a way.
We all know.
I'm worried now. KDB's 30. He's still in contract, and we're talking about giving him a new one.
Not the Sheikh, Khaldoon Mubarak, not the Sheikh. Thank you, Ross, for. Listen, Ross, you can be your bloody wind-up merchant all you want.
He's wound you up tonight.
Not wound me up at all, sunshine.
You were doing this one. You were doing a talk this one. You were illusion you were doing this one. I wasn't.
Right, anyway, listen. Electronic Skies retracts his comment. What are you retracting your comment on?
He said
Khaldoon always says we have a succession plan 2 or 3 years in advance. Well, I'll be honest with you, not seeing that for the last 2 or 3 years either, I'll be honest with you. We're not doing that. Listen, it's all opinions. It's all everything else. Tom, anything to say before we stop? Because I need to go and have a bloody breather.
No, you've covered everything other than I think probably Ferner could do 2 years, definitely. I agree with Ross on that statement. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that. But he's going to leave at the end of this year, I think, anyway. But I reckon I reckon he could definitely go to another club in the Premier League and give him 2 years of a good standard.
Liverpool will probably sign him.
Who will?
Liverpool will probably sign him.
Yeah, Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, Real Madrid, they'll all be lined up for him, won't they? Anyway.
It might surprise him might end up as a coach at City. There is a spot there.
Oh, you mean like when Vinny Company and Zabaleta? This is what I mean. We're not half sentimental as fans. Let's bring everyone back as a bloody coach. Zabaleta, Company. We had Patrick Vieira was going to be our manager. Just got sacked by bloody Nice. Get off with your bloody crap sentimental shit. Anyway.
Koulibaly and Messi are going to be our coaches in 10 years' time.
Yeah, Messi's going to sit next to Pep. How about that one? And you'll be sat right near them as well, and even better. Martin would
yeah, because I was like you, mate. Anyway, coming in hard. I was trying. Let me have a look. No, we're not talking VAR. Get lost. Dupe, Martin, Liverpool players are all 29 older except Trent, Robertson, Alisson, and Gomez. Listen, it's all opinions. You have yours, I'll have mine. Anyway, Ross, anything you want to say, you little sod, before we get going?
No, Martin, just, I think that was a good discussion, mate. It's all about opinions, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So we're agreed then. Fernandinho's in, yeah? New contract.
Raheem says Fair Allen's on drugs. You have no idea.
Bit of bounce and nothing's wrong with that.
Tom's dad says for long term for us is 5-year minimum. Rate the shirt, Tom. Suits you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Watch along tomorrow. Yes, there is a watch along tomorrow. 4:15. I am live on and there will also be a post-match show tomorrow. Might see if we can get Tom back on. You available tomorrow, mate? You want to come on?
Yeah, I can do.
Good man. Tom's been quiet. He's not had a bloody chance with Ross and Alan tonight. Jesus. Been like a pair of what's it tonight, these two? Must be the Australian bug.
It's in. I'd probably the one thing I wanted to add. I just had a look up at as of the end of last season. So the youngest squad in the Premier League, average age was 25.2 years, which is the team that I never say the name of. And it's pretty. And the oldest squad was Crystal Palace at 29.8. And City sit there at 27.7. So that was before we signed Torres, who's only 20. So actually, we've not really got an old squad.
No, I'm talking the areas. I'm not going down.
We look like we're building for the future there already.
Well, I'm glad you want to add to it by bringing in bloody 34-year-old Messi.
Oh yeah, can't wait, mate. He'll be 35 by the time we get him as well.
Yeah, I bet you can't bloody wait. You bloody hell. Tell you what, my dad's 79. Let's get him in.
Hey, if he can score goals, mate, I'm up for it.
The future city is yours. Oh, here we go. Boring. Right, thank you guys. Brilliant show as always. Guys, I'll be back. Ross, father, wishes, prayer for you, full recovery, brother. Guys, I am back tomorrow, 4:15, with City versus Chelsea. Come and join us. We'll be on air at 4:15, and don't forget the post-match. Tom's going to come and join us post-match, and hopefully, we can come away with 3 points. I'm not sure if there'll be a watch-along yet on Wednesday night. I've told you before, I can't do it on the derby.
You should do a joint one with Goldbridge.
I'll end up losing my job if I end up doing the derby. So more than likely on Wednesday we'll do a pre-match and then we'll do a post-match show. I cannot do the derby.
I'd be hilarious. It'd be worth watching that. If the last derby was edited to go, I'd rather watch you than watch that derby.
I can't do it. I will literally be screaming at my laptop will get shut through a window by some point.
It's understandable. It's everybody, Martin, to be fair, mate. Don't worry. It's not only you. Yeah. I think I'd be the same.
Listen, we'll do a pre-match and we'll do post-match.
Definitely.
Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. Thank you all in the stream. Hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure your notifications are set to public and not private. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you do, because there's still a hefty amount of percentage of people who watch the show but are not actually subscribers, guys. Please hit that subscribe button. That'd be great. Remember, for the fans while I'm just burping everyone. It was needed today. Yeah, stay safe as well. We might be in tier 4, but don't worry. Stay safe.
You were nearly in tears, man. You were nearly in tears. Never mind tier 4. You're nearly in tears.
I've dealt with bigger and better than you, Sunshine. Don't you worry. Don't
worry, Martin. The Bandy Mandy's knocking on your door now to go for a coffee. So he keeps breaking COVID rules, so he's waiting for you downstairs, pal.
Excuse me, you've got cases back in Melbourne, so be quiet.
I know we have.
Lockdown for another 6 months soon, you, Sunshine.
Well, we'll end the lockdown when I get back there tomorrow.
Go on, Martin, lad.
Great comment from Chris coming through there.
I'm all right here. In Australia, we're top notch. Yours, we're clean. Yeah, you're going back to bloody.
Mate, we get one case, mate. We're locked down for 6 months.
No, it's just because you're an ugly git. That's why they lock you down for 6
months. Keep going, Martin. Come on.
Go on.
No, I'll have the pair of them crying by the end.
I know, that's why I wouldn't even carry on.
Yeah. About as shocking as your ginger locks. Anyway, if Mahrez scores winner, I'll join the Algerian family. Don't get me going, tell you.
He's. I think Mahrez is younger. I think Mahrez is younger than KDB, actually.
He is.
Probably is. Chris Baker, Ross coming for you, Martin versus Chris. Guys, take care. Have a great evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you to this reprobates for coming on. Tom's not had any chance to speak today because the Australian gruesome twosome have took over, I'm afraid. So I do apologise. We'll make sure they have a visa and a passport to get on next time. Have a lovely. Was you going to say something there, Tom?
Yeah, there's more from me tomorrow night, lads, in the comments.
Yeah. Tom will come back on tomorrow. We don't have Red back. Take care, guys. Have a great evening. I'll see you tomorrow for the watch along. And as always, of the Blues. Take care.